forward to competing against those guys.
Coach, our first questions come from Bob Holt with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Please go ahead, Bob.
Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
Hey, Bob, how are you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I think in the past when Arkansas has played Louisiana-Lafayette, the Cajuns were always, struggling, maybe not playing very well. You guys are obviously coming off great back-to-back seasons. How much confidence do you think you guys bring into this game based on what you've done the last 2 years?
Well, I think obviously the, back-to-back bowl wins and, it's the way we at least played last year at Florida. Didn't win the game, but we competed. I think gave our guys even more confidence that, we can compete on a bigger stage. And our guys, they're confident. They're not by any means arrogant or cocky coming in this game, but they're confident, and they're looking forward to the challenge of competing against these guys, and so I know they're hopefully we'll be ready and we can play well.
What kind of camp did Broadway have, and what are you looking out of him Saturday night?
Well, I think he just continues to develop as a quarterback. He didn't start the season last year as a starting quarterback, and was really thrust into that position when Blaine Gaucher got injured. And then once he really got a couple of games under his belt, really took off. And he's had a great camp. He's just continued his growth as a quarterback, a student of the game. He's been very sharp. He gets us in the right plays. And, he's, to me, a true dual-threat athlete, but he throws it like a pocket passer.
Arkansas had a lot of trouble with mobile quarterbacks last year. What did you kind of glean from that, watching film from them last year?
Well, to me, I can't take anything from last year's film. We haven't even watched any of last year's Arkansas film. Just a couple of snaps, maybe, just to look at their personnel. But as far as how they played scheme-wise, we haven't even glanced at it. It'll be two totally different systems, and so that in alone, was totally a different system. So can't dictate how they didn't do well against mobile quarterbacks, considering it's going to be a new scheme.
I got some other questions, but I'll let some other people ask. I'll get back in queue.
Thank you, Bob. Our next questions come from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Call, please. Identify yourself and go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, just wanting to see, do you guys feel like you have a decent read on what Arkansas might be doing, what their, what schemes they might present to you?
Not really. You hope you're somewhere in the ballpark, but that's the scary part of going into a game where you've got a totally new staff, new direction within the program. It's always the uncertainty, and you just got to prepare for so many different things. It's hard to really clue into, the main things like you can mid-season when you've got some legitimate film from a team that's been playing for 6 games. Here they've got, coordinators from different universities. Some came with Coach Belima, some didn't. So there's a lot of uncertainty. Different special teams coordinators from all over the country, different schools, and so that in itself is going to make it quite a challenge.
You mentioned this summer that you felt maybe in 2 years you might have your strongest team. I'm wondering about defensively, though, how you feel this year's team would play defensively.
Well, I think we've helped ourselves in the secondary. I think we're going to be much better in the secondary. We do have some depth across the front, and I think our defensive line is really a quality, really good defensive front with some depth. The thing is, we're just young and inexperienced, and when the only way to get experience is to get experience. So they're going to be baptized in the fire in front of about 80,000, that's for sure. But we're young. Like I said, we've only got 5 or 6 seniors that actually start or play with a team loaded with juniors and sophomores. So we even though I really feel like we can be competitive this year, our best football, I think, is even yet to come.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, and unfortunately that's all the time we have for you today, Coach. We do appreciate it.
Hey, thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you. Then we stand by. I'll have Todd Berry of ULM on shortly. Please stand by.